What happens after you do an inspection on a townhouse in New York City? We'll demystify this topic in the following video. I'm Nick at Houseit. We can save you money if you're buying in New York, Long Island, or the Hudson Valley through a Houseit buyer closing credit. Learn more and sign up by visiting houseit.com. So let's get started. So you're watching this video perhaps because you're in the process of buying a townhouse. And as you may know, once you have an accepted offer and prior to the signing of a contract, you will then conduct an inspection. Now, an inspection is going to be a thorough review of the property, checking the mechanicals, the plumbing, looking for infestations, checking the condition of the windows. It's a pretty long and exhaustive list. So it's pretty common to receive the report and to be basically informed of perhaps one or more serious issues that were not easily detectable to the naked eye when you viewed the property. For example, there may have been some sort of issue detected with a structural beam in the basement. Let's say there's a lot of termites in there and it may need to be replaced. Or perhaps, let's say that the electrical system, like the breaker box, is extremely old and is a fire hazard. And there's other levels of seriousness. For example, there might not be a GFCI outlet in the bathroom, or maybe there's water damage or some sort of visible evidence of prior water damage, maybe on the floor or the ceiling. So you have to sift through these things and determine what items are actually important. Now, obviously, properties in New York City, including brownstones, are sold as is. So, it's not reasonable to get the inspection report and then expect the seller to fix 100% of everything in that report. So you need to weed out and basically centralize the most important items. You can do this in conjunction with a buyer's agent, thus the importance of having an experienced buyer's agent assisting you on the purchase. And basically you want to come up with a short list of very important items that you need a resolution for. And then your buyer's agent will basically go back to the listing agent with essentially a renegotiation, either in the form of a request to repair some items, or perhaps for an all-inclusive, all-encompassing credit that will satisfy you from the perspective of discovering these items. So basically this is a renegotiation. Your buyer's agent will take the lead on this. And of course, since you have an accepted offer but you haven't signed the contract, there's nothing legally binding about you being in this position. So hopefully you like the place, hopefully you're reasonable, you've come up with a reasonable list, you're not asking people to replace $20 outlets and so forth, because that would distract from larger issues. But if you go through it with it, hopefully you'll get the seller to fix certain things, maybe provide you with a credit, come up with a reasonable solution that will then incentivize you to actually go forward, sign the contract, and make the earnest money deposit. Now, a lot of people, when they submit an offer on a townhouse, they think that their offer is contingent on an inspection. And I guess in theory it is. I mean, you're submitting an offer contingent on the fact that you plan on doing an inspection. But because an inspection is done pre-contract, you have full visibility on any problems with the property. So if you don't like what you see, you just don't sign the contract. There really is no reason to have a mechanism of the inspection within the contract itself, because again, you've already done the inspection before the contract. Either everything is resolved, maybe you change the purchase price, you put a credit in there, seller agrees to fix some things, but everything is decided upfront prior to moving forward. So there usually isn't like an inspection trigger, which is the typical way a contingency is activated in a contract. So we hope you found this video to be helpful. Remember, we can save you thousands on your purchase if you are buying a townhouse in New York City, perhaps up to 2% of your purchase price through a Houseit buyer closing credit. You can learn more and sign up by visiting houseit.com. And if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.